Well guys, it's time to leave the spooky season behind, but not yet. I wanted to show you guys my costume for this year. I didn't have time to upload it sooner, but I wanted to show you guys anyway. So if you guys don't know, I am the guy that pretty much showcase the aliens in Mexico. If you are Latino, you know who that is. It's Jaime Maussan. For those who don't know, it's a UFOologist that's been around for a long time in the Hispanic community, and I ended up creating the aliens, and I wanted to show you how I ended up doing those. That's pretty much all I did, is just create those aliens. That was my prop, and the rest I had to paint my face a little bit more white, or my hair more white than usual. The aliens I just made with a coat hanger, some styrofoam, some hot glue, and just pretty much just painted that all together at the end. And that's pretty much all I ended up doing. Everything else I already had, like I said, and I thought it was pretty good. I think I have have an idea for the next costume for next year, but that's if I remember when it's time to create the costume. If not, we'll see what happens next year. For now, let's go ahead and continue on with the project. We're gonna be doing some suede Green Bay Packer boots. I've never worked with long boots like that before. I wasn't even sure if the portrait was going to show up at all, but after the first couple of layers of paint, I noticed that it took the airbrush acrylic paint very, very well, and we just kept on going. And let's go ahead and take a look how we ended up getting this put together. The first thing that we have to do is figure out how we're going to kind of put the template or the hard backing on it. This way we're actually able to paint on here. And I was trying to figure out if I should stuff the boot with something, or create some sort of a jig or fitting that goes inside the boot and just kind of stand it up. But then I'm like, oh well, I have I remember I had the template for pants and long sleeves, so I try to see if I can fit that in there. And it fit perfectly, and all I had to do is just kind of hang it on another large backing that I use for my large shirts. So the first thing I did was painted the top golden stripe that goes on the top of the boots. Wanted to see how the paint reacted to the suede, and wanted to see if it was going to take a lot of paint or just trying to test things out. And I figured that would be the first, or the first area I should try to paint to see how it's going to work out. After a couple layers of white, I went ahead and apply a couple layers of the yellow. And since the boot itself is green already, has some yellow into it, I didn't have to use that much white, but I still ended up putting as much as I could. The yellow stripe looked really good on the suede, so I figured we move on. So the next thing to do is to try to figure out the size of the face. I wanted to put it as big as possible. This way it's recognizable on the boot. I went ahead and measured that, and it kind of fit a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So I'm going to use that as a regular stencil, as I normally do on the regular shirts, and apply my base. Before adding any skin color, I'm going to put some dark shadows in there. This way I know where things are kind of falling in. And after that, I'm going to go ahead and start applying color. I just didn't want to have the face just sitting there in the middle of the boot. So I went ahead and added some kind of like funky graphics, some highlights and stuff. This way it'll kind of give it another dimension. We are going to put the jersey number on the top of his head. This way it's noticeable, and some additional stuff on the bottom. Alright, let's go ahead and start putting in the skin color. I always start with the light cream, and then do a brown, and then a dark brown. I always come back at the end. No matter what I do, I always come back at the end and always re-add the black and the white highlights. So far so good. The acrylic is applying very nicely onto the suede, and I'm really liking the way it's being applied, and I'm really enjoying painting this particular project. We do have another another portrait that we're gonna do on the other boot, so stay tuned for that. For now, we're gonna finish off the face and put the number on the top, and we're gonna be using a stencil for that. Alright, the jersey number is already set. We went simple on the jersey number. Didn't want to get too crazy, since we are putting multiple colors on the actual logo that's going to go on the bottom, using stencil as well. And I figured, since we have the other boot to do, we don't have that much time, so we went ahead and kept that simple. Let's go ahead and finish off, and we're going to be adding the Green Bay Packer logo. We're going to put a white base on everything, and then just kind of single out the yellow and spray that next. So we ended up doing the portraits on the outside of the boot. The customer wants to add additional stuff on the inside, and we're going to be doing that possibly on another project. So we're just waiting to get the boots back, but let's go ahead and work on the other side. Essentially, it's going to be the same process of the other one. We're going to have a white base, dark shadows, then fill everything in with the proper color, and come back with the black, refine that, and add highlights at the end. Unfortunately, we're not able to press this with a heat press, because I don't know how the material is going to react, because I really need the press to be really hot. 310 degrees says on the bottle, so I'm not really sure if that's way too hot for a suede. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm just going to spray a little bit of waterborne sealer to protect what I've already done here. And we're coming to the end, guys. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this season. I know there's a lot of stuff happening around the world, but hopefully you guys enjoy the time that you have with your family. And of course, Thanksgiving is coming up around the corner, so we're gonna be watching some football games and eating some good food. So for now, I'm gonna leave you. Let me know what you guys think of the boot, and I'm gonna see you soon with another video. Take it easy for now. Bye bye.